My game plan was to go outside and read on the balcony and start Buzzwordathon right when I got home from working summer school, and then that mess of a weather came through and insane, but now it's over. Sun is shining, birds are chirping. We just have a little late start. Before starting with my vlog for Buzzwordathon, I did have to finish one book this afternoon. I was almost done, Eliza and Her Monsters. I'll include this in my wrap up for the month, but just know it was okay for me, not too exciting. I am also going to have to abandon a book that I wasn't wanting to, but there's not you in the title, so Red, White, and Royal Blue will have to wait probably until the summer-a-thon, readathon, because I definitely am getting to that this month. So with Buzzwordathon, I had a TBR and all the books that I had on hand. I am going to be prioritizing books that would be for Pride Month this month, whether it's sexuality or identity. Those are going to go first on my reading schedule, I guess, of books I get through. For physical reads, I'm going to start with You Don't Know Everything, Jilly P. I don't know about the characters in the book, but I do know that the author, Alex Gino, goes by they, them pronouns, so that will count. And then for audiobook, I'm going to start with I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. Both the author and the main character are gender non-conforming, I believe, is how they identify, and so that will be really good to read in own voices with that one as well. Following up with that, whenever I finish either of those, I'm going to start with You Asked for Perfect. So I definitely have some books ready to go and ready to start reading, so let's get into the books. This documentary is insane. Three Perfect Strangers, about triplets that were separated through adoption. Took a break so I could do my nails, but now I'm totally engrossed with the documentary. Tickle My Francie is the perfect mommy nude. It has been a while since I've updated it, and it is now Saturday morning. Not finished anything yet, but I'm close, so I'll tell you about those books, I guess, here shortly. Hopefully tonight I will have finished I Wish You All the Best. I'm just really struggling with physical reading now to like slow down and relax and not think about things I should be doing, even though it's summer and like I should be relaxing more, but I don't know. I just can't shut my brain off. It may just be one of those things, so you have seen us try and go to the lake on Thursday night. We took the dog all the way out there, like a 30-minute drive, and it is flooded over with so much water. Our favorite spot, the path is gone. I don't know if it'll ever be able to be used again. But we still hung out there and smoked marshmallows with a lighter and a stick. It wasn't very good, but we did the thing. And so then yesterday we just hung out too, took a nap, and then hung out for the evening, went to Cheddar's and ate at our favorite place. Just kind of a low-key night, gearing up for the weekend, which today I get to relax because it's just me and the dog. So I went down to the city market. I got beautiful flowers. I'm hoping to start like doing watercolor of the flowers that I get from the market, so maybe I'll have that to share later. But I then came back. I went to Barnes & Noble and I didn't walk out with anything. Talked myself out of it. The book that I showed, I was so close to like going and buying, and then I realized this sounds really familiar. So this is the original cover, and I like the new cover a lot better. Like, this author gets the lottery on covers, and I read her last book, or her newest book, Forward Me Back to You, and I wanted to read this one as well, because it is like a generational story of a family, which there's a lot of that in adult fiction, but not as much as I found in YA, so I want to try that out. I've also had good recommendations from Sajid, and so this is like a Muslim American story of coming to America via London in New York City, so it's just their story. So I downloaded it on audio because I read in a review before I purchased it that said it was an amazing audiobook, so I'm going to try that route. I don't know if I'll get to it during this readathon, but that is a choice. Then came back and walked the dog. Done some reading outside, but again, only got 3 chapters, and in a middle grade, it's just going super slow, and I'm totally in a slump, and I need to get out, but I'm gonna go do some errands, I think, at Target. Do that, do some cleaning, listen to an audiobook, and try to just embrace relaxing and not having to feel like I'm needing to read for a readathon or for booktube. I think I'm starting to get into that slump, which is not good because I want to do a book a day for summer for professional reasons. And yeah, I don't know. What do you guys do when you get in a slump? Please let me know because I need some help. This is not the time to do so. So I'll talk to you guys later. So when you vlog, you're supposed to like update every day, and I apparently only do every other day because it's now Monday. Yesterday I didn't update any. I was on the road for most of the day, visiting family friends about 45 minutes away that were in town from Chicago. We got our nails done, we ate some good food, we went shopping. So on the way there and back, I did listen to my audiobook and I finished it. So I have completed I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. I think I'm going to give it like 3.5 stars is what I'm thinking. This is about Ben, who is non-binary, and they have been kicked out of their home after coming out to their parents. And of course, it's just like they find their sister and they move in with her and they go to a new school, and it's who do you share this information with as somebody that's coming out newly, and it's kind of like a romance also. So even though I did really enjoy it, it kind of felt like it was almost an introductory to people who are not non-binary and maybe don't have much knowledge about it. And that's not the case, I guess, for me. I've read plenty of books. I consider myself an ally, like, not a big deal to me at all. And so when it kept getting repeated and like all the feelings and politics, like, it just didn't need to be sold to me as a reader. And so that's where I kind of got stuck with it because it was very repetitive in that regard. I could see how this could be very validating and something that you definitely see yourself in if you are non-binary and you're looking for a non-binary character, so I can respect that as well. So it was a good read. It was a great contemporary. I did really like the characters a lot. Nathan was a cutie, and so yeah, that was my experience with I Wish You All the Best. It was an enjoyable read, just maybe not my favorite. So moving on to other things that I have been reading, I did set You Don't Know Everything Jilly P aside. I'm just not feeling it right now. And then I had to return You Asked for Perfect to the library because it was like 2 weeks overdue. And so I wanted something to change of pace because I've really been kind of slumping lately. Last month was outstanding. I had a ton of 5-star reads, I feel. And this month, not so much. So I just wanted something different. And I went with I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. And this is more of like a thriller. You have a mom whose son is hit by a car from the very beginning, so that's not a spoiler. And then you have the law enforcement that are trying to figure out who that person was that did the hit and run. It's multiple perspectives every other chapter. And I am really enjoying this and the kind of weird situations going on so far. We'll see where this goes. And that will be, I guess, my goal to get done today and tomorrow. So I'm going to take the dog for a walk, do some listening. I may do some painting tonight. And yeah, just enjoy the night. Try to get another book done for this readathon before we move on to the next one. I'm kind of getting burnt out at this point. So I'm hoping I can power through this book and get through some other books that I really want to read before the end of the month. So I will check in later. Ready to go for a walk? Let's go. I just finally reached the end of part 1 and it's almost halfway through the book, but there is a huge first twist that I kind of saw coming, but still is shocking, so I don't know that I'm going to get anything else done tonight, because I've got to figure out what is going on. Someone has knocked over his plant. I'll have to fix that when we change out the water. What'd you do that for, huh? All set up to attempt to paint the dog. After an hour, this is all I have done. The watercolor is hard already, but then the black ink becomes really opaque with water, obviously. So it's going to take a lot of layering and figuring things out to get the shading correct, to make it actually look like him. So I think I'm just going to end up doing like an hour a day until it finally looks the way I want it to. So we'll see how it goes. Right after work today, I had to finish I Let You Go. Oh my gosh. This is the best thriller that I've read in a long time. 5 stars. Unfortunately, I can't tell you any more about it because there's a lot of twists and turns and I don't want to ruin anything. Just know that if you have not read this yet, you need to. There will be warnings for spousal abuse and assault. So, child death. A lot of things, but very good. It's definitely not as gruesome, I guess, as some others I've read. I'm thinking Karen Slaughter because I still can't get that book out of my head over a year later. And then when the dog and I went on a walk, I tried to start listening to Watching You by Lisa Jewell, because it's set in Bristol, UK, just like I Let You Go, and 20 minutes in, didn't do it for me. Like, it was just skipping around a lot, so that's going to be a physical read. So instead, I'm probably going to close out on the readathon, and I have started listening to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It is time to finally attempt to read this entire series. 10 years ago, I got halfway through the 6th book and stopped. So, I'm the worst librarian ever for grade school, and now's the time. My plan is to read a book a month from June to December and get through the whole series. So I am 1 chapter in and excited to see if it still holds up. I have a feeling I know the answer to that, seeing as there's a lot of drama surrounding J.K. Rowling now, but my kids still love it, so we'll give it a try. Starting the Harry Potter series, and it's raining.